Hello, good evening. I'm Shay Gitani. I'm with Oz Arab Media here, and we are celebrating Diwali, the Festival of Lights. I have two incredible guests with me, but before I talk to both of the guests, I just want to give you a quick intro about why we're here and what we're doing. You see a lot of colour. Well, that's what Diwali brings, and a lot of lights. It is one of the biggest celebrations in the Hindu religion, and without a doubt, I think it's even more colourful than Christmas. So I want to definitely introduce our audiences here to Diwali. For those that live around such great communities that have the Diwali festivals, I would very much encourage you to actually go out, see what the celebrations are about, and definitely get to know the people there supporting it, and a bit about the stories behind Diwali, because, you know, there's a lot of myths. There's not really those myths, but that's what we hear. But I'd like to hear it from the people celebrating and leading it. And we have two incredible people here that have helped put together this incredible event at the Epping Club. I'll get them to introduce themselves. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Indu Harikrishna, Chair of SCG.
Thank you, Indu. And together with Indu we have...
I am Lakshmi Pilamari, Secretary of SCG.
Thank you, Lakshmi. Now, I just want to point out Lakshmi's name, the significance with your name. Do you mind telling the audience a bit about?
Lakshmi's name is Diwali. Generally, they do the prayers for Lakshmi, which is goddess of wealth, prosperity, happiness, everything you name it, whatever you want in the world, it's after Lakshmi.
That's a pretty incredible name, a great standard to live up to. So I'm going to actually talk to Indu. So Indu, if you're like me, someone that, you know, appreciates Diwali, you've gone to Diwali, but a little bit intimidated by all the events and how to celebrate, what advice would you give to somebody like me who would love to go to an event and not feel so nervous?
I would love to say, when you go, be colourful, be cheerful, because that's all about Diwali, coming together, exchange sweets and nice food and cheerful moments. That's all about Diwali. So because it is winning over darkness, over the light, so that is the whole idea of Diwali.
So it's a very religious event, definitely about the colour, but I want to touch on that, the light winning over darkness. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
See, basically Diwali falls after the no moon day. So we celebrate putting lamps all over the house, and we welcome the goddess Lakshmi into the home.
Lakshmi, which is representative of the god here.
Welcome Lakshmi into the home.
It's basically good over evil. So our history says the Lord Rama, who actually has won over evil. He's not actually evil, but the evilness in oneself. So it is also about evilness within yourself. You have to win over every year. So it also says win over your evils, get the goodness in yourself, celebrate it with family, friends, and with food, light, and it's a festivity. Just go with the flow. Do what you're doing is nothing right or wrong. Happiness, wealth, enjoy.
So who wouldn't want that, especially in these times? Happiness, wealth and joy. And I can't take away from the colour at this event. I tried to wear red. I definitely did try to wear red, but I cannot compete against the beautiful, lovely saris that I see. Can you tell me a bit about, your thoughts behind it? Some advice to women getting their first saris even?
Sari is our culture. We always love to be showing us in our own culture. Though we say Australian, our heritage is Indian, and that is our identity, and we are proud of it. Yeah.
That's lovely to hear. And you?
See, sari is an attire which is basically, in the olden days, if you see, it doesn't need any stitching. It covers the whole woman body. It also gives it covers the body, at the same time it also makes your woman beautiful. You admit it, like the dresses what you wear, then the sari, it actually make the woman more beautiful. It makes you feel good. So when you wear it and everything, it's really nice. So, and it's a cultural outfit, and it is worn across India, but it's worn in different styles. And the colors, the combination depends upon the lightning and even the heat. Because India is such a vast country, you've got the most cold areas to the most hot areas. So depending on where you belong from, the colors and the shades and the textures change. Like the south of India, mostly cotton, but the north of India, they wear mostly wool. So, That's it.
The different areas, like different clothing, even different celebrations of Diwali, which I've looked into as well. What can we expect from tonight? Before we even get into some of your top tips for people around Sydney, where the top Diwali festivals are tonight, what can I expect to see?
We are the first ones. We are the first ones in the array.
That is
so
incredible.
technically tomorrow is Dashara. Dashara is on the day when the Lord Ram has killed Ravana, who is the Rakshasa, which is evil person. So he actually killed him tomorrow, but he reaches home by walk on Diwali night. So that's the essence. So on that day, his city lighted with lights to welcome his king back. So tomorrow is Dashara, which is again a big festival, but we are doing almost 15 days ahead this festival actually. So you will see more and more Diwali activities happening in the next 1 month. So 15
That's
days.
amazing. See, I felt something special about this event today, one of the first celebrations to kick off. And like I said, it's very, very colourful. Can I go to you and tell me what are the maybe top 2 or 3 Diwali festivals around Sydney or events that you would suggest somebody to go to celebrate?
I think it's Hindu festival, Hindu fair, which happens in Parramatta, Hindu Council.
Yes.
They do a big, it's not like a party, but it's basically a fair. It's a fair. So they have different stage performances happening, open food thing. You should go. You will have a lot of saris to buy.
Local business there. You can support
Lots of saris you can buy.
Beautiful. I know it's always hard for me to pick out a sari. I was invited to a wedding last year and endless choices. I just didn't know what. So incredibly privileged to be here, and I know like our viewers would have learnt so much. If there's one thing that you could wish for the year ahead in terms of Diwali, wish the viewers, the Lebanese Australian community, if they were to hear these words from Diwali for the first time, what would they be?
Wish everyone have good health, prosperity and happy life. That's it.
Thank you.
And many parts of India, they also celebrate the New Year. So Diwali is the New Year, especially the business people. They start their financial books on the day of Diwali. So it is also a Happy New Year from Indian side. And also, it's again, happiness, good health, good wealth, enjoy.
Thank you very much. I think we're very privileged to have you. I'm happy to continue to speak to you about Diwali. We have a couple of your other colleagues who might be in, but thank you so much. I've learnt so much about Diwali, and I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Coming from
It is technically called Deepavali. So Deepavali. Deep means the light, the earthen light with a lamp is called Deepa. So Deepavali means chain of lamps. That's why it's Deepavali.
Chain of lamps.
So it is over the period it became Diwali. So it's technically Deepavali.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's basically it's different in different parts of India they call it as, but basically it's all about lights.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Lovely a night ahead of you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you again. So we just heard from 2 very amazing people. You've heard it as well. The first Diwali event kicking off in Sydney, which is pretty huge. The first Diwali event, and I was just blown away by the colours. And the saris, incredible sari. I think beautiful today, beautiful look. Can you please introduce ourselves? Our viewers are mainly Lebanese Australians, mostly participating in Diwali or hearing about Diwali for the first time. So I'd love to hear about you, about yourself, and one thing that you could take away from Diwali as somebody that's quite new to the beautiful cultural event.
Hi, this is Manjula Viswanath, the CEO of Sydney Community Group. And thank you so much, Oz Arab Media, for being a part of our organization, event after event. And thank you to your whole team for making time. Diwali this year has kicked off earlier for Sydney Community Group because I think it's in November, but by the time we hit Diwali, there's so much happening. We wanted to be the first one to celebrate Diwali with our community. And we're celebrating Diwali just not with the Indian community. We're celebrating with at least 17 different communities here. And that's the special thing about Sydney Community Group is that we have all communities coming together to celebrate this one big festival of lights, which is Diwali. And what's take home for Diwali is that Diwali is It's about prosperity, it's about good health, it's about good living, and we want to wish everyone who's here with us that they stay happy, they stay prosperous, they stay healthy, and of course stay wealthy as well. And another important thing which we're celebrating today is we have about 30 Liberal members here with us, parliamentarians, MPs, MLCs and councillors. We're also celebrating a lot of councillors win with the LGA elections, and we have three important people two who've actually won the local elections in Epping, which is Councillor Srini Pilamari, and then we also have Councillor Charles, and both represent the Southeast Asian community, the Indian community as well as the Chinese community. And this is for the very first time we've had a win from these two communities representing the Epping ward for City of Parramatta. So it's a great feeling for us, and it's all about celebration.
Yeah, and I definitely want to continue speaking about Diwali. Like, it's such a beautiful event here and the traditions and the culture, but we will touch on the policy and the community voice coming out. Similar to the Lebanese Australian community, having that strong voice in Parliament is a huge help. So for somebody attending their first Diwali event, what would you say is a must-see or a must-do event in Sydney?
A must-see would be going down to Harris Park. I think they would have a big Diwali celebration. There's a lot of restaurants out there. And also visit temples if possible, because you get the real traditional, vibrant culture of what Diwali means. And a lot of eating and, a lot of shopping.
I can definitely attest to a lot of shopping, and like I said, an incredible sari outfit.
Thank you.
And I actually thank the Sydney Community Group and yourself for extending the invitation to other community members. Being the first event going on in Sydney, I think it's incredible that we're able to be part of it.
Thank you.
So you mentioned and you touched on there's a lot of Liberal council members here today celebrating the event. Local government. Now, a lot of people will say, what can we achieve in local government? What is your hope for both your local Epping community, but also for your local and your cultural community?
So Sydney is very multicultural now, and it's so great to see that all the multicultural people are being embraced within the government. And local government is so important that they are the voice which goes out to state and federal. And you need to have a multicultural team who can represent the voices of so many multicultural people outside. And Epping has proved it, and so has other councils, but Epping has definitely proved it, having an Indian heritage and somebody from the Chinese heritage. So that proves how multicultural Sydney is.
It is. I thank, again, you for your time today. If I can ask you one thing, what is your takeaway from Diwali this year for yourself? What would you like in the next year? You have a lot of people looking ahead, a lot of light over darkness, prosperity and good health, a lot of well wishes. What is your wish for the next year, commencing today on Diwali?
I've got two.
Okay.
So one personal is always happiness for my family. That's what I always pray. Second is this is our second consecutive year celebrating Diwali at the Epping Club. Next year will be a hat trick, so it's going to be the third year. And we would love to see more and more vibrant communities coming and celebrating with us and make it bigger than it is now.
And I know I'm speaking for all our audiences, we would love to be part of that next invitation.
Absolutely.
It's a beautiful event, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's there tonight. I spoke to your colleagues earlier about what I could expect to see tonight. What can we expect to see tonight from the event?
There's definitely a 5-course Indian meal, which you're going to relish. And there's a lot of cultural performances, and there's a lot of Bollywood music for everybody to sway and enjoy. And it's an event which is going to bring a lot of people together tonight. So it's very traditional, and it's very inspiring for all communities.
Yeah, okay, so the 5-course Indian meal. I'm a big fan of Indian food. I really am. Can I have a sneak peek into the menu, or do I have to wait?
I think we have to wait because the chef hasn't allowed me as well from morning. I asked him for a cup of chai. He said you have to wait till 7. So let's wait.
Thank you very much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
I'd like this opportunity to take and congratulate Charbal and his team for being there and supporting us in all our events, and likewise you have our support as well. I think Lebanese and Indian culture are very similar, and we will grow together. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Happy Diwali.
Thank you. Happy Diwali.
I'm Shay, and I'm with lovely Carol. Carol, please introduce yourself. You have Oz Arab Media, Lebanese Australian viewers, and obviously viewers from other communities. Can I just get you to tell me a bit about you and what pleasure that you are here at the first Diwali event in Sydney? I would love to start that food. That's okay. Thank you very much. In 5 minutes.
Hi, my name's Carol Farone. The Oz Arab Media viewers are very familiar with who I am. I'm from ABC TV, so hi, Oz Arab Media audience out there in cyber world. Nice to see you again. I'm very excited to be at my very first Diwali event. For those of you that don't know what Diwali is, I'm sure some of the previous guests have explained what it is, but in the words of Carol, it is the Festival of Light, which is, I guess, how would I explain it? Let me see. It is the victory of light over darkness, which is always a good thing.
Yes, I couldn't have said it better myself. I think the whole place is full of colour. So Carol definitely got the memo. I tried with the red blazer, beautiful saris, flowers, lights, a row of lights. So I just wanted to ask Carol, we touched on the fact that this is the first Diwali event in Sydney. What are you looking forward to tonight? Is it the great food, the performances? What would you say is what you're looking for?
Look, for me, I'm just looking forward to spending time with my friends, new and old. I can see a lot of familiar faces here. You know, I say this all the time. We live in this beautiful multicultural country. It's this melting pot of different nationalities, faiths. People have different, colours. Like I said, colours, faiths, beliefs. And when we can all come together, break bread together, share a beautiful celebration, as one. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. It's just so lovely, and I'm just so excited. I'm looking forward to dancing, singing. Stay tuned because I have a plan of getting some of the ladies together and doing a little dance, not on stage this time. So relax, but maybe for social media. So yeah, you know what? When we set our differences aside and we come together in a celebration, it's such a beautiful thing, and I just love it. And those of you that know me know that I'm all about coming together in unification. So
definitely,
yeah.
Thank you, Carol. So it's full of energy here. I could say whether it be the colour, the smiling faces, or the lights, and I could just sense your energy in terms of the happiness and the fullness. I really hope our viewers get the time to actually go to a Diwali festival or an event next to you in your local area. Do you know if there's anything whereabouts you live? I lived in Parramatta for a long time, so I was very grateful to have that around me. But in terms of where you're from, what's around you, would you suggest anything for audiences that might live in your local area?
Look, we live in the St. George area. To be honest, I'm not sure. But you know what? Hit up your local council's website. I'm sure there are some smaller events. Talk to your friends, talk to your family. Like I said, look on your local council's website. If there isn't an event, you know what? Start one yourself. Hit up your local member and give them a little shove and just say, come on, let's organise something. If not for this year, then perhaps next year. Because you know what? It doesn't matter what nationality you are, what faith you are. It's all about coming together and just spending time together as a community.
Thank you very much, Carol. Love that tenacity as well. Definitely push that local member, and I look forward to showing you more about the event today. And thank you again, Carol, for your time.
Thank you very much. Me, and
have a lovely night. Yes, I'll see you dancing later on.
Yes.
Thank you very much. We're waiting to interview a couple of more other people. Like I said, I'm blown away by the colours. We have a couple of more members that we'd like to talk to. So, as you've heard, Diwali, celebration of lights, goodness, conquering the dark, the evil. So it is a religious event as well. It's a festival. Depending on where you live in India as well, that could mean changes in when you celebrate it on the day and how you celebrate it. Today, like I said, it's the first Diwali festival that kicks off in Sydney. It's huge. There are so many people here, so many women in their traditional saris and a lot of colour. So I'm glad I got that memo. I've said it a couple of times here. The red definitely makes me feel at home. But we're looking forward to introducing you to more people, and hopefully those people at home watching can get to one of their local Diwali festival and celebrations. Hello, how are you? I'm Shay. It's lovely to meet you. Can you please introduce yourself to our audience group? Our audiences are Lebanese Australians tuning in they may have had experience with Diwali or may be celebrating Diwali for the first time. So we'd love to hear more about it. But first, if you could introduce yourself to our audience.
Yeah, firstly, before my introduction, I am with Lebanese community for a long time, and I feel sorry for what's happening in Lebanon, and they have our full support. We are here, we are brothers, we are always there for them. My name is Srini. I'm the local councillor for Parramatta from Epping Ward. Happy Diwali to everyone. This Diwali we pray for all the Lebanese diaspora for health, wealth and prosperity. Diwali is festival of lights for all of us to bring happiness and glory into our life. And thank you for everyone coming here and attending this event. Once again, this is Srini here. Thank you.
Well, you won't get away that easily. I just want to say to you as well, congratulations for your recent win. So we touched on this before and we'll touch on it again. So how does it feel to be representing your community, you know, that voice in government? What do you want to bring in the next few years?
See, as a local government representative, this is my second term. I've done it for Hornsby. I was on the other side of the place and now I'm on to the Parramatta side. However, it's always good to represent communities across because it's no longer multicultural community. We are all one and that's what our national anthem says as well. We are all Australians. We have to look after each other and support each other. And I'm so grateful that I got an opportunity to do that in this beautiful land. Thank you.
Yes, and thank you as well for your prayers for Lebanon. I know it's a very tricky time, but we really do appreciate the communities surrounding us, and it means a lot coming from people like yourself in such important positions. If you can give our viewers a tip or tips on where to celebrate Diwali, apart from tonight, of course, if they're not invited, where would you suggest for our viewers around Sydney?
You have got places around Parramatta Riverside, and you have got it in city as well. And in fact, you can light a candle at your home and that's it. That's what Diwali is. We are bringing lights into the life. It's called Festival of Lights. So please do that. Actual Diwali is on 1st of November. Enjoy that day. Have us all in that prayers and pray for everyone who is an Australian and who are living here. Thank you.
Thank you. And I've actually touched on a lot of the traditional saris of women, but we actually haven't commented on the traditional wear of men. I just have to say you look absolutely amazing. Thank you for showing and celebrating your culture. I feel very, very warm and invited here. So I just want to say, is there any tips for those viewing for the men? How could you help them?
I love Lebanese men dressing as well. They dress as well really good. And I've got, as I said, I grew up with a lot of Lebanese friends, so we all dress up like this. This is right now, it's my festival, that's the reason we are doing this, but we are sharing these thoughts and the attire and the culture. That's what we are fostering. So I enjoyed a lot of Lebanese events as well, so that we all dress the same way. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and all the best. God bless. Thank you very much. We have one more person. I will ask to... Yes, Anna. Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I have 5 minutes. So, like I said, it's very, very busy here. Hard for me to actually hear myself as well. I am going to introduce you to another lovely woman that is here today to celebrate Diwali. If you could please introduce yourself to our viewers, Lebanese Australian members of the community who are tuning in, probably hearing about Diwali for the first, second or 20th time.
Yeah.
So if you could just tell us a bit about yourself, who you are and what we could expect to see here tonight.
Of course. I'm Pratyusha. I run a YouTube channel, Chat with Prat. I'm doing the interviews as well just for my chat show. And I come from India. I've moved here 9 years back. And Diwali is one of my favorite festivals. It's a festival of joy, festival of lights, lots of good food to eat, beautiful dresses to wear. And it is basically a celebration of, good over evil. There are multiple stories behind the celebration of Diwali. The first story goes like Lord Krishna killed Narakasura, and So the next day is
So just touching on that, I know that's actually something that is celebrated in the south of India.
Yes.
So could you tell me a little bit more about that for those that don't understand? Because there are 2 to 3 different events that actually Diwali is centered around.
Yeah. So the first event is Lord Krishna. Krishna is our god. He killed a demon called Narkasura who troubled human beings. That is the reason we celebrate like the victory of good over evil. That's believed in the southern part of India, and in the northern part of India, Lord Rama, he killed Ravana, and he walked with his wife, his brother, and Lord Hanuman for 21 days, I think 20 days, and after Dashera, tomorrow is Dashera, and after Dashera, 20 days later, Diwali is celebrated. It is believed that Lord Rama returned to Ayodhya on Diwali day, and it was a no moon day, so people wanted to welcome Lord Rama with lighting up their houses with oil lamps,
which would explain the lights. So you have those 2 different events, the good triumphing over evil, but there's a third celebration of Lakshmi. If you could talk about that as well, that brings in good fortune.
Yes. So it is because we are celebrating good over evil, it is believed that it brings in prosperity as well. And Lakshmi is the goddess of prosperity. That's the reason we do Lakshmi Puja and celebrate Diwali as well.
That's beautiful. So there's actually quite a story or stories to tell around Diwali.
Yes.
And in addition to that, I know there's a big emphasis on giving. There's sweets. There's a lot of food. What would you expect me to eat here tonight as part of the 5-course meal that they're offering?
Lots of sweets, I believe. If you are a sweet person, go for it. You would love Indian sweets for sure.
So there is something in the Lebanese community. It's wermid, which is fried donuts dipped in a sugar syrup.
Yeah.
Is there something similar to that? I know it's usually in a cross.
We do have 2 similar to that. We have gulab jamun and we also have jalebi. Yeah.
That's great. Thank you so much. I know I'm getting hungry personally. There's a lot more people I want to talk to, but I really appreciate your time.
Thank you so
God
much.
bless and happy Diwali.
Thank you. Happy Diwali to you as well.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So we have a few more people. I'm going to walk around and try and work my way through some other people. I will introduce you. Hello. I'm Shay. Lovely to meet you. I love the colour, the pop of colour. I tried to. I have a red blazer.
Yeah, you got a red blazer. You look lovely.
Yeah, but I think the gold and the red totally makes it. I'm going to definitely get inspired by you next Diwali. If I can't find a full sari, it's definitely what I'm going to go for.
Definitely.
Looks lovely on you. So I just wanted to get a chance to let you know that a lot of our viewers are Lebanese Australians. They might be experiencing their first Diwali, maybe second, third, or 20th Diwali. I was saying that before. I was very fortunate to grow up in Parramatta, so supported and around that Diwali. So I'd love for you to introduce yourself and then tell us a little bit about, why you're here, what you expect to see today.
My name is Michelle Byrne. I'm the Mayor of the Hillshire Council, and I don't know how many Diwali events I've attended over the years, but lots, and I love them all, and I love the celebration, I love the atmosphere, and I love the bright colours and all the dancing, and I love what it means. They're celebrating victory over evil, light winning over darkness, so that meaning as well is really empowering as well. But I always love it. It's just a lot of good fun, and it's wonderful to learn about the Indian culture and what it means to them, and the fact that they're so inclusive and they include me all the time, and they always try and get me up and dance, which is not good.
I'm not sure about that. I know I probably need 1 or 2 drinks in me, but Lebanese community also love a lot of dancing, so I think that's what we share here with the Indian culture in the community. But I just want to say as well, congratulations, this new chapter, especially in local government. Where do you see the government going in your local area in the next 3-4 years?
Oh, it's going to be a busy time out in the hills with all the development and our population growth, but more and more people are choosing to call the hills home, and that's fantastic, and more people are joining us from different parts of the world, so we really are quite a multicultural community out in the hills now. So in the next 3 years I look forward to working with each of the community groups from all different places in the world, and making sure that we're united, and that we all celebrate, we enjoy each other's company.
No, thank you so much. I think for me as well, looking at the next 3-4 years, today is a great day to embark on that start. A great first couple of pages for that new chapter. Hopefully today you'll get to see the performances as you're accustomed to and taste the good food. I know I'm definitely looking forward to that. And if there's anyone watching that is actually a constituent in your local area, would you encourage them to get in contact with an idea or an initiative? How would you tell them to do that?
Absolutely. You can follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, Dr. Michelle Byrne, Mary of the Hills. You can find my email address on the council website as well. But I love talking to residents. I love meeting new people. So if you're out there and you want to meet me, and I'd love to meet you, come to my office, come and have some coffee and tell me about what's important to you.
Thank you so much. I highly encourage you too. I know I'm just definitely in awe of your work, and the next couple of years are going to be very, very high growth periods for the Hills area. But all the best and happy Diwali. I'll see you around tonight. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, how are you? So I think you might be another one of our very wonderful guests that we have here today. I know a lot of the different women have beautiful saris on. Yes. So before we jump into introductions, could you tell me a little bit about your sari? Is it a new item? What drew you to it? Is there a story behind it?
Well, sari is a very nice way of expressing the female femininity, and there is the culture associated with how you drape it, how you present yourself, how you walk, and I think there is no other dress that I would consider which allows you to express the femininity like the sari. And also it allows you to be yourself, with beautiful feeling, with a beautiful sari.
I'm in agreement with that. I'm in awe of the beauty and the beautiful saris, the colours all around here. I'm a big fan of Bollywood movies as well, and I always pick out the saris, and I wonder, how they picked it out, what they were looking for, how many other saris do they have at home as well. So before we continue, could you please introduce yourself to our viewers, mainly Lebanese Australians watching from home? Could you introduce yourself and what you would like to see or get from tonight's event?
I am Padmini Haupage. I am a psychiatrist. I actually do his charity in mental health space, and I'm chair of the Mind Connections Foundation. But regarding tonight, it's very vibrant, it's uplifting, it's actually a very good place to network, and it is really nice to see the Indian subculture, like Australia become very rich with the contribution because different people allowing inclusiveness and assimilation, isn't it? When any nationality.
Definitely, it's Sydney's first Diwali event, and one of our guests actually just said to us before that there's over 17 cultures, different cultures here tonight. So I'm one of them, obviously being Lebanese Australian. I'm looking forward to the performances and the food, but feel very privileged to be here. In your business, so the start of Diwali, what does that mean for you as a business owner?
Well, I know it's a festival of light. So having good feelings, having uplifting feeling is always help your life, your family and your business. And it has a kind of ripple effect. When positivity, when you generate it, it goes across everyone that you are associated with it, isn't it? Isn't that a nice concept?
It is, especially working in the mental health space, and with a lot of people, obviously, and our viewers as well, very emotionally attached, and obviously going through that devastation of war. It's a very important time for them in terms of turning to spirituality, turning to a safe space, and getting that positivity. What would you suggest, given your background and this time for our viewers, and given the start of Diwali, that happiness and the spread of joy and health?
I think living in this moment, not wasting this moment, appreciating this moment, then you have the life, isn't it? You don't have to worry about the past, about the future, and within that moment, you do something that you can do within the limitations. But you're right, the world is a very sad place at the moment, isn't it? Yeah.
For a lot of our viewers, we have families moving from the south to the north. We have people in Sydney or other parts of Australia hearing about injuries, casualties. It's a very hard time, full of anxiety. So definitely the start of this Diwali event, I think would bring a lot of happiness and joy and radiance in a moment of darkness and sadness. So I'm really blessed to be here, and thank you obviously for your advice. What are your wishes for the next year, for you and your family and your business in the next year with the start of Diwali?
Well, I think continue to do what we were doing. I think at the end of the day, when you look back, if you feel that you had a good life, that's what matters, isn't it? And then you're not worried about when you are going to die. But when you say you are from Lebanon, I can understand you are here. But so many people suffering in Lebanon, it must be hard not to think about that, isn't it? But I'm glad you are living in this moment and trying to do something.
Thank you very much. God bless and happy Diwali. Thank you very much. So again, that's a very important time for our community, given the fact that there is a lot going on in our countries. Very privileged to be here as well with Oz Arab Media. We have another guest, which we're very fortunate to be happening and to be talking to very, very different people across tonight's event. I'm Shay. It's very lovely to meet you. Could you please introduce yourself to our viewers? Our viewers are mainly Lebanese Australians living in Australia, but you also might be, in front of people in Lebanon as well.
Amazing. Hello, my name's Jane Langoff. I'm from Feng Shui Concepts in Sydney.
Thank you very much. And what I know, for me personally, I'm very privileged to be talking to different people about why they're here, what they want to get out of the event. Are you accustomed to going to Diwali events? Is this your first Diwali event? And if so, what do you like? What do you want to get out of tonight's event?
This is my first Diwali event that I've been to. I was lucky to be invited here, and it's just so beautiful. It's the first time I've got to pull out the sari in a very long time. So
beautiful sari. I've complimented everyone who has had a sari. Kind of missed the opportunity myself. I went with the red blazer, but I have to say, gorgeous sari, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So what do you hope to take away from today's event, being at your first time at a Diwali event?
I just hope to celebrate. I know that Diwali is all about the Festival of Lights and good over evil. And for me personally, I work with a lot of people from the Indian community in my feng shui business. So I'm all about improving the energy flow and creating beautiful energy for people in their homes and businesses. And I feel that Diwali is one of those festivals that's very much aligned with positive energy and abundance and what I do as well to help the community.
That's great to hear. Such a positive impact you're making on people and their lives. Can I just say that today, it's your first Diwali event. I've heard already there are performances, there's dancing, there's a 5-course meal. So I'm quite confident to go to many Diwali events after this. Are you in agreement? What are you looking forward to? What would you say?
Well, a 5-course meal sounds really good to me. I'm looking forward to tasting all of the amazing Indian treats. That's right down my alley.
Would you go to another Diwali event? Being the first one in Sydney, today's event kickstarts a lot of other events over the next month and even longer than that, depending on where you live in Sydney. Are you encouraged to go to other Diwali events?
Absolutely. I think this is just beautiful. Everybody's happy. There's so many different people from the community. It's just a diverse group, and it's just a great celebration.
Thank you very much. It was lovely to meet you. I will see you inside very shortly, and happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So I'm going to continue to speak, but I see a lot of the very tasty entrees going around. So I will actually take a break from today's event. 5-course meal, a lot of dancers, so I hopefully get to tune in today. Hello, just before we go inside, I was very, very fortunate enough to run into Mark. Mark is here tonight celebrating Diwali just like I am. This is the first Diwali event that's kicking off in Sydney, so I'm so happy to be here. I hope you are too. I know all of our viewers will know you very well, but if you could give a quick intro and then something about what you're looking forward to tonight, Mark.
Well, I'm always looking forward to great Indian food. It's one of my favourite cuisines. But more importantly, to celebrate Diwali, the triumph of light over darkness, celebrating our unity, hope and interconnectedness. And they're really such important themes at the moment when you look at people struggling here with the cost of living crisis, fighting natural disasters overseas, and all the terrible conflicts that are going on and the fear for people's safety and well-being. It's so important tonight to have an uplifting message.
Thank you very much, and that message has never been more important, especially to our community. I've spoke to Mark earlier today. I know I'm very privileged to be here in Australia under the safety. I have family overseas, but I just want to extend my thanks to the Australian and the New South Wales government for bringing home safely our Lebanese Australian community members. Is there any messages that you'd like to say to those returning to Australia after a bit of a harder time overseas in Lebanon?
Yeah. Well, I hope you're okay, and I think those that might have been left behind, your loved ones, your friends and families are okay as well. And I think we're all praying for their safety.
Thank you very much, Mark. We're going to go inside, and thank you again for viewing us. I'm Shay. Thank you and good evening.